Welcome to the Story Nook, a place where simple yet profound stories touch the heart, especially for those walking through the second half of life's journey. Today, we invite you to listen to a short story that holds a powerful lesson about success, resilience, and why sometimes the storms in our lives turn out to be the most precious gifts. The Story of Two Plants, a grandfather's lesson on success. Once upon a time, there was a young boy living in a small town. One summer, he had the opportunity to visit his grandfather, a gentle man rich in life experience. Throughout the holiday, the two were inseparable, sharing conversations, laughter, and peaceful moments together. One day, as they sat under the shade of the porch, the boy turned to his grandfather and asked, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be truly successful. Can you tell me how to achieve that?" The grandfather smiled and nodded without saying a word. The next day, he took the boy to a nearby nursery where they purchased two identical saplings. Upon returning home, the grandfather planted one in a pot and placed it indoors, while the other was planted outside, exposed to sun, wind, and rain. Afterward, he asked the boy, "Which plant do you think will grow better in the future?" The boy pondered and replied, "Probably the one inside, because it's protected from the elements and dangers." The grandfather simply smiled and said, "Let's wait and see." 4 years passed. The boy, now more mature, returned to visit his grandfather during the summer. Remembering his earlier question, he said, "Grandpa, last time I asked you how to be successful, but you didn't answer. This time, you must tell me." The grandfather chuckled and replied, "Of course, but first, let's look at the two plants we planted years ago." They went to see the indoor plant. It was alive but had grown only slightly, with a weak and slender stem. Then they went outside to see the other plant, which had grown into a large tree with lush branches, providing shade to passersby. The grandfather asked, "Which plant has grown more and why?" The boy, surprised, answered, "The one outside." "But how did it grow so big despite facing sun, wind, rain, and other dangers?" The grandfather nodded thoughtfully. "Because it faced those challenges, its roots grew deeper, and its trunk became stronger. The indoor plant, though protected, couldn't develop. Life is similar." He placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and continued, "You see, the tree outside grew strong because it endured storms and hardships. Those challenges helped it root deeply and stand firm. Conversely, the indoor plant, shielded from adversity, remained weak and stunted. Life works the same way. If you always choose the safe path, avoiding difficulties, you'll never truly grow. To succeed, you must step out of your comfort zone, face challenges, and overcome them. Each failure, each setback, they're not bad things. They're opportunities to learn and become stronger." The boy stood silently, gazing at the outdoor tree. His grandfather's words echoed in his mind. From the story of the two plants, he realized that hardships aren't enemies, but the greatest teachers on the journey to success. He stood quietly under the large tree. Sunlight filtered through the green leaves, casting warm spots on the ground. His grandfather's words resonated within him. He began to understand that life's challenges aren't to be avoided, but embraced, as they help us grow stronger. Like the tree that faced storms and rain, it developed deep roots, reached high, and provided shade for others. Life is never easy. There will be times when we stumble, fail, feel tired, and want to give up. But if we always choose the easy, safe path, we'll never realize our true potential. Difficulties are stepping stones, not obstacles. They teach us patience, resilience, and help us mature through each experience. Only when we dare to leave our comfort zones, face failures, and learn to overcome them, can we truly achieve success. His grandfather didn't just answer his old question with words, but with a vivid, profound lesson from nature. Now, the boy understood. To become a mighty tree, one must brave the storms. He looked up at the big tree in the yard, eyes filled with contemplation. His grandfather's words still echoed, "Only by facing difficulties can you truly grow." The story of the two plants isn't just a lesson about nature, but a metaphor for human life. Challenges, be they failures, hurts, or obstacles, are opportunities to train our will and character. Without storms, a tree can't root deeply. Without failures, we can't discover our inner potential. In life, everyone will feel tired, lost, or even want to give up. But at those moments, we must remember, difficulties aren't the end, but the beginning of a new journey, a journey of rising stronger. If we always choose the easy, safe path, we'll never know how far we can go. But if we bravely step out of our comfort zones, unafraid of stumbling, then no matter how rough the road, we'll eventually achieve deserved success. And like that tree, once battered by storms but now standing tall, providing shade, we too can become the best version of ourselves if we dare to face, overcome, and never give up. Life is never a straight, easy road. Along the way, we'll all encounter difficulties and seemingly insurmountable challenges. But what's important isn't how many obstacles you faced, but what you've learned from them. The story of the two plants, one protected indoors, the other struggling outside, is clear evidence of a simple yet profound truth. The challenges we face help us become stronger and more resilient. The indoor plant, though safe, remained weak. The outdoor plant, despite hardships, grew into a large tree, providing shade for others. Similarly, those who dare to overcome adversity, who learn from failures, are the ones who can reach true success. No one grows from ease, and no one achieves greatness by staying in their comfort zone. When facing challenges, you can choose to give up or choose to stand up. You can complain or learn. You can fear or courageously move forward. Each choice shapes who you become. So the next time life throws a storm your way, don't shy away. Remember, strong winds don't break deeply rooted trees, they make them sturdier. And like that tree, if you embrace challenges and persist, one day you'll provide shade, not just for yourself, but for those around you. My dear friends, life is not measured only by the peaceful days, but by how we overcome the stormy ones. If you are going through a difficult time right now, remember, just like a tree must endure wind and rain to grow strong, these very challenges are shaping you into someone more resilient than ever. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you found it meaningful, please hit the like button, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next stories. See you again in future episodes, where together we'll discover peace and strength within ourselves.